Hey guys, and welcome back to Franchise Nation. I am your host, Moonlightswami, and today I'm bringing you guys a league recap through week number 13. Yes, the franchise is rolling along rather quickly, and we're taking a look at the standings. The Carolina Panthers sit atop the NFL, not just NFC, at 10-2, with the Patriots at 9-3. Panthers are 3-2 at home, 7-0 on the road. That means that they have 3 more home games and 1 more road game. In comparison to us, we have 1 more road game and 3 more home games. So, we're kind of in the same boat, but we do sit a game back, and we do play the Panthers in Week 17. That's going to be a hell of a matchup. But let's take a look at the overall league for a second. First up, we'll start off with points for. The Patriots are number 1, followed by the Chargers, followed by the Bengals, followed by us. We're 4th in points scored. That's great. That's not unexpected that we're a really good team in terms of offensive firepower, even though we've had, rookies and all that jazz. Defensively, this is where things get really interesting. We are 4th in points allowed. Now, our differential, they don't have point differential. But I would have to assume that based on this, we would probably be top 5. I think the Panthers and the Seahawks both are better than us in that department. The Patriots? No. Yeah, so I think that's it. Those are the teams. So maybe even top 3. Either way, that's pretty impressive. Let's take a look at each individual division. NFC West, the Seahawks are 9-3, followed by the Cardinals. Followed by the Rams, and then the 49ers are in last. NFC East, the Giants at 7-4-1, followed by the Redskins, Cowboys, and Eagles. Redskins are a half game back because of that tie, but it's the percentage points that kind of make things murky with that tie for the Giants. NFC South, best division in football maybe? Panthers 10-2, Saints 9-3, Falcons 7-5, Buccaneers 1-11. They kind of drag us down a little bit. NFC North, Packers 8-4, Bears 7-5, Vikings and Lions, 3-9. AFC West, Broncos 7-4-1, Raiders 6-5-1, Chargers 5-6-1, Chiefs 3-9. Patriots 9-3, Bills 6-5-1, Jets 5-7, Dolphins 4-8. AFC South, the Colts lead the way at 9-3 after a terrible season last year. Texans and Jags at 7-5, and the Titans at 4-8. And lastly, the Bengals 8-4, Steelers 7-5, Ravens 6-6, and Browns 3-9. Taking a look at the total NFL picture, we'll take a look because it's based on winning percentage. I'm pretty sure it's based on win percentage. The Buccaneers are in line for the number 1 pick in the draft. Now, if they go quarterback, that would definitely be an oddity. I think the 49ers, who would be number 2, also going quarterback would be kind of strange. Lions, it depends on what they view of Matt Stafford. The Vikings, the Chiefs went first rounder in Cortez Meeks late in the first. Then the Browns, Eagles, Titans, Dolphins. All the way down, you find us, where we are here. Obviously, this is prior to playoffs. Our final 4 games are interesting because the Vikings are 3-9, the Panthers are 10-2, Bills are 6-5-1, and the Bears are, I think, 7-5. So we face 3 really good teams down the stretch. A very explosive team with Brandin Cooks and Sammy Watkins. The Bears obviously have Darren Lane. The Vikings are always a tough team with their defense, and the Panthers are the best team in football right now. So it's not going to be easy, but we do have 3 of the last 4 being at home, which is definitely useful. Taking a look at our stats, Ripkowski's having a good season. I mean, he's doing all right. He's chugging along. He's not making too many mistakes. He's been a little bit more accurate, and we have been stretching the field a little bit more. He's done a pretty good job, 273 yards per game out there. Only been sacked 9 times in 317 downs played. I mean, it's been a rough season at quarterback. Running back, Raheem Blackman, with 4 games left, 273 attempts, 1,470 yards, and 15 touchdowns. 5 fumbles. He's been great. Mark Ingram is getting up there in carries now. Joey Shatley has some. Lasco, Alawale, etc. Receiving. Michael Thomas leads the team in receptions, 58 for 731. Kent Clemens, 57 for 1,067 and 6 touchdowns. Blackman, Sneed needs to get involved a little bit more, but we run a lot of 2 tight end sets. thanks to the run game, so he has been involved in a way. DeMarcus Edens has been involved a lot more than Josh Hill. Mize Alawale, Mark Ingram, Stevens, Jaron Brown, etc., etc. Blocking. Teron Armstead, Hugh Thornton, Zach Strief, Corey Stuvance. Been pretty good. I mean, Andre Speed hasn't allowed a sack at right tackle since he took over for Zach Strief, which is definitely a bright side. And Teron Armstead is kind of subject to that because we do move towards that side a little bit more. It's unfortunate. But Hugh Thornton's been also rough, so he's kind of, responsible for both of them. Tackling, Shad Houston, 113, then Von Bell, then John Hastings, Cam Jordan. 75 tackles for a defensive lineman is crazy. 59 for Dominique Easley, 64 for Anthony, 57 for Bro. I mean, these guys are getting into space and making plays. It's really quite incredible. Sheldon Rankins, 44 tackles, 4 for a loss. Not as many as Onyemata, but this is technically his rookie season, so I've been actually very impressed with him. He split double teams a lot. Done a good job there. 16 tackles for a loss, 13, 12, 10, 10. A lot there. Sacks, 9.5 for Easley, 8.5 for Jordan, 5 for Onyemata, 4 for Hastings, 3 for Houston, 3 for Rankins, 3 for Sanchez McNeil. Didn't expect that. Interceptions, 3 for Bro, 1 for a lot of other guys. Forced fumbles, 3 for Vaccaro, 3 for Easley, 3 for Houston, 2 for Anthony. Cam Jordan has a couple recoveries, so does Shad Houston. Kicking wise, Will Lutz has been unbelievable. 28 for 28, 31 for 32 on extra points. The only missed kick was a block. Punt, Javier Moran, excellent, excellent. Kick returns, Blake Countess, Adam Humphries, done a good job. Same with Daniel Lasco. Punt return, Humphries has been solid. Adrian Vick, though, in his one punt return attempt, looked really great. So I'm kind of excited to see more of him back there for us. He's a bit more dynamic than Humphries. All right, in his impeded season because of suspension, Tom Brady leads the league in yards. Then Dalton, then Luck, then Roethlisberger. Obviously, we are nowhere close. Touchdown passes is Tom Brady at 26. That's a low number. Very low number, but there's 4 games left. Dalton, Roethlisberger, Luck, 25-5, 26-5 for Dalton, yet they're not that good of a team. Russell Wilson's been great. Brody Cochran's been very good. Interceptions, leader is Vernon Adams, followed by Darren Lane. Lane's been inconsistent, but they have been getting wins. Eli Manning, Paxton Lynch, Colt McCoy, etc. Lynch is interesting, being a superstar development guy. Good throw power, good accuracy, 6'7" in his second season, finally getting an opportunity. Colt McCoy at starter is never a good idea. Robert Griffin III's been decent. Keenan Hines is pretty terrible. So, rushing, obviously Rakeem Blackman leads the way in yards by damn near 560. Rushing attempts, not by that much, but he does get a lot of touchdowns. He leads the NFL in touchdowns, Yeldon second. Fumbles, he's not at the top, but he's close. Trey Mason, Jarvis Cochran, Rashad Lansana. So a couple rookies and Trey Mason, who has a few, screws loose. Broken tackles, LaShawn McCoy, Lamar Miller, and Blackman all tied at the top, but nobody comes close in yards after contact. And nobody has a run as long as Rakeem Blackman. Receiving, it's Gronk. 87 receptions, leads the NFL by a wide margin. Odell, Keenan Allen, a lot of big-name guys up there. Kobe Fleener's up there. AB, Hopkins, Kent Clemens, third in terms of receiving yards. Odell Beckham, Gronk, etc. Touchdowns, it's Dez, Gronk, AB, Green, Devin Smith. Wow, making an impact. And yards after the run after the catch, it's Le'Veon, Brown, Gronk, Sanu, Doxson. Michael Thomas has a lot of yards after the catch. He's been really good for us. Blocking, Taylor Decker, Greg Robinson, Sean Shaughnessy. Yikes. Defense, Demario Davis. So they're finally starting to do that a little bit. Let's look at AFC versus NFC. Davis, Alden Smith, Brandon Marshall, Telvin Smith, Zach Brown. Tackles for a loss, Sue, Dan Williams, Wilkerson, etc. Sacks, Khalil Mack, 16.5, Watt 13, Houston 12. Interceptions, 8 for Chris Harris Jr., 7 for Revis, 5 for Brandon Marshall. Wow. Really impressive. NFC, 11 for Norman, so he hasn't had one in a while. Sacks, it's Brandon Graham, 15.5. Tackles for a loss, Donald, then Shad Houston. Matthew Ioannidis, 13 out of Temple. John Hastings, 13. Meebane's up there. Buckner's up there. Tackles, it's Shad Houston at the top. Kicking, we'll take a look at the entire league because nobody stacks up to Will Lutz. Not even close. Take a look at those guys who are close. Randy Bullock, Caleb Sturgis, Scobie. Jean Vandenbosch, 6 for 10. Really quite terrible. Their kicker must have gotten hurt, right? No? Wow. They just know not to use him. Alright, so that pretty much wraps that up. Let's take a look at the awards. Weekly awards: Wilson, Lynch, Brady, Gilmore. Week 12, Eli Manning, Banjo, Bell, and Marshall. And then Week 13, Matt Ryan, DeMarcus Lawrence, Tom Brady, and Kyle Williams. Yearly awards matter a little bit more to me at this point. MVP, it's Dalton, followed by Brady. Oh, they're 8-4. Why did I think they were worse? The Chargers are worse. Brady. Rakeem Blackman is number 3 in the MVP voting, followed by Cam Newton. I mean, he's the only non-quarterback even sniffing this list. That's incredible. Coach of the Year, it's Sean Payton, followed by us. Payton is a great coach. He just chose to leave. So I think we've done pretty well as well. AFC, it's Dalton, Brandon Marshall, Brody Cochran, Jarvis Cochran right behind him. Markeith Ridley, Frank Esponda, Kason Brown. Let's see who else. Stanley Hartsock, CJ Hollowell, Cedric Spikes, Darius Bradshaw, Barry Raymond, Coco McLeod, Josh Hurt, Rashad Lawrence. We're going to take a look at some rookies' stats after this. Okay. Brady, Gio, Brown, Yonda, Mack, Houston, Chris Harris Jr., Horvath. Take a look at the NFC. Offensive Player of the Year. Looks like it's going to be Rakeem Blackman, barring a fall, drop off, or a great play by Cam. Wentz is up there. Don't know why. Norman, K'Wan Short, Trevathan, Jake Ryan, Kuechly. Okay. Offensive Rookie, it's Blackman, then Lane, then Clements, then Hines. Not bad. Joey Shatley still on the list. Defensive Rookie, it's Houston and Hastings and Favors and Perriman and Van Gupo and company. Best quarterback is Ryan. Running back, it's obviously Rakeem Blackman. Wide receiver, Ken Clements is up there. He's not number 1. Des Bryant is right now. Michael Thomas cracks the list. O-line, it's Teron Armstead. I don't know if I agree with that. D-line, nobody. Linebackers, don't understand this award. You'd think that they'd give it to the guy who's leading the league in tackles, or the NFC in tackles, number 2 in tackles for a loss, but no. Defensive backs, nobody from us, and then kickers, obviously, Will Lutz. For Tennessee, Cedric Spikes is their leading rusher. He's had a decent season. I mean, nothing too special. I want to see what Hollowell's doing as the backup in Buffalo. Not bad, 7 touchdowns on the season. Taking a look at receiving stats. Oh, Brandin Cooks, Sammy Watkins. That's going to be our next matchup. Dre Bragg. Bengals. Anybody decent on here that's no? The Bears. Trey Forte. Been pretty good. Been better than Alshon in terms of receptions. Played 100 less downs, too. That's really impressive. Broncos. No, nobody. The Browns had Corey Coleman in his next year. Barry Raymond's been pretty good as a receiver. How's he doing as a rusher? Not bad. Alrighty. Buccaneers. I know we know how they are doing for the most part. Cardinals. Tevin Hills, pretty good. Pretty good. Paris LeBlanc, not so much. Chargers. Josh Hurt, 40 for 616. Not bad. How has Desi Cummings done? Well, not great. Good player, just not really getting any playing time, which is a bit unfortunate. I want to see what his receiving stats are. Maybe we can make a trade for him. Ooh, we could if we wanted to. Replace Mark Ingram, he doesn't get hurt. That's something interesting. We could figure that out maybe. All right, Cowboys. Keenan Hines is doing his thing, but receiving-wise, Shaq Page is the rookie putting in work. Dolphins, Coco McLeod, 44 for 643 and 4 touchdowns. Terrell Pryor's leaving his mark, but Clifton Warfield, 18 for 146. He's been a good player for them. Finally starting to peak. Maxie Pfeiffer, 14 for 104 for the Giants. Tyrone McElrath, 55 for 623 and 4 touchdowns in Jacksonville. Darian Strickland, 39 for 550 for the Packers this season. Very good. Casper, not so much. Not getting much playing time either. Not a good player, though. Thomas Biguse is third on the depth chart in terms of running back. He's more of a speed guy, but he's young. 70 overall, 21 years old. Kadarius Bradshaw, putting together a great season. 60 for 675 and 7 touchdowns for the Patriots. No wonder. They have a lot of talent on that team. Heath Filial getting some reps in there as well for the Raiders. Josh Gaither, bit of a quiet rookie season. 337 yards. Does have a few receptions on the season, but it's really Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell doing all the work. Laquan Treadwell having a good sophomore season. Stephon Diggs still being pretty good. James Meadows hasn't really been that involved. He's not that good, though. Outside of that, that pretty much wraps everything up for us. So, without further ado, I'm going to get on out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Moonlightswami, and I'll be talking to you guys later. Peace out, Franchise Nation.